Okay. All right, let's see if we can name some muscles. At the end of the year, at the end of the year, but you know what I mean, by the end of the program is what I mean. You will have a big comprehensive test on muscles, and a big part of that test is just can you identify a muscle by sight. And so the pictures I'm using today are pictures that are on that test. So this is very indicative of a majority of what you will see at the end of the year. So let me get back to the beginning here, and I'm going to go through this with you. But I'm trying to put it in context so that you know why it's important. Okay, here we go. Okay, all right. Let's do this thing. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you. So, Miss Yanis, can you see this picture here of this foot? Sorry to call on you right when you... Good, okay. He is pointing, there are 3 muscles in red, but we're just talking about one. He is pointing to the muscle that's there by his finger on the lateral side that seems to be going to the pinky toe. It is going to the pinky toe, by the way, and it's on the lateral side of the foot. Without even looking that up in a book, if you don't mind, if you had to guess, what might you call this muscle? The clues are it's tiny, it goes to the tiny toe, and it's on the side of the foot.
Is it abductor digiti minimi?
So did you guys hear what she just did? What she said was she has no idea, right, Ms. Janis? With all due respect, I mean, not because she's not smart, but just because she had no idea I was going to ask this question. It's actually a very hard question to ask. And she's saying, gosh, it's on the side, so maybe it's an abductor. It's going to the little toe, so maybe it's abductor digiti minimi. Yeah? Wow. I guess those rules do work. Excellent job. Thank you, Ms. Jonas. I called on you because I was hoping you would put that together and kind of show us how this game is played, so to speak. So this test is not designed to make sure you've memorized everything. It's can you figure stuff out sometimes, right? Very good. Thank you, ma'am. Miss Torres. Miss Torres.
Yes.
We have 2 muscles in the picture here. What do you guess these muscles might be called?
So one of them would be the abductor hallucis.
I love that one. So adductor hallucis, abductor hallucis. And what's the other one?
And then the other one, it's is it like digitorium brevis because it's small?
Sure. But I'm missing the action.
Oh, yeah. Flexor digitorium brevis.
Did you memorize those?
No.
No. You just figured them out. You'll have that information for the rest of your life. Excellent job. Abductor hallucis and flexor digitorum brevis. She knows there's a longus up the leg, so she knew that had to be a brevis. There are no longuses up the leg for the abductors, so she didn't have to guess that. That was not only correct, it was perfectly correct. That's really good. Cool, cool, cool. Miss Stanley. Miss Stanley, what's this muscle?
That one looks like extensor digitorum brevis.
Sure does. Thank you, Miss Stanley. Miss Petrie, what's this muscle?
That's flexor digitorum brevis.
Sure is, Miss Petrie. You're making me very happy. Miss Nguyen.
Today. Are
Today.
you happy today?
Yes, I'm happy today.
Just
No,
this question.
just right now, actually. Let's not even go the whole day. Miss Petrie, right in this moment, I should say I feel less bitterness towards you right now. Not even quite happy. Just less bitterness. Okay. Miss Nguyen, I'm not going to ask you what, well, I'll ask you what this is, but it's not a very fair question. It's not a muscle. This is not a muscle. Miss Nguyen, do you have any idea what this is? I would not expect you. You do?
Yeah, I hear what you asked me for.
I just don't know if this is a fair question. If you don't know this one, it's okay, but it's not a muscle. Can you tell me what this is?
Not in the muscle, right?
Not muscle.
I think in the tendon.
It is like tendon and ligament and stuff like that. It's a particular type of fascia found in a particular region of the body. So what do we call this?
Frenta. No.
Yeah, plantar what? Plantar, what's my favorite word? Just throw my favorite word after plantar.
I think frenta.
Tap's got his favorite word. Everything is
Frenta.
fa.
No, frenta and
It's plantar fascia.
the frenta fata.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to know that, but that I wanted to show you guys this because you have a lot of fascia, by the way, on the bottom of your foot. But that's your plantar fascia. This is, they call it plantar aponeurosis. Sheet-like fascia, but still, same thing. Plantar fascia, plantar aponeurosis. Hold on, Miss Nguyen. Okay, Miss Nguyen, sorry. One more question. What is this muscle? What is this muscle?
I think
Tell me what if you tell me the action, what it goes to, and its size, you'll have the name.
I think extension the room longus.
Extensor digitorum longus. Miss Nguyen, good job.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. That was really good. I love that. I love that. Okay, Miss Moore. Miss Moore.
Yes.
Holy cow! You're not gonna. Don't worry. There's not a. You can't answer this one. Let's see. Okay, Miss Moore. What is this? What's this? Oh my gosh.
Wait.
Yeah. I already like what you're saying.
Wait. I'm trying to see.
One of the words you're about to say is correct.
Yeah, but Hollis did.
Yeah, holosis is correct.
Hollis is flex. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it. I don't know how to say it though.
Well, does this muscle do a flexion or an extension?
A flexor.
Are you
Oh
sure?
wait, Hollis extensive. It's not good.
Well, don't worry. So you're saying, what are you saying? What do you got so far?
Is it extensor hollisis? It's not long.
Yeah, it might be longest. By the way, you've already answered the most important part, which is an extensor holosis something, right?
Yeah.
If there's one on the toe, then it might be longest. If there's not, it's brevis. But still, you've got the right idea. I think this is longest, by the way. But I really like the fact that you got extensor holosis. That's what we wanted you to get out of this. Extensor holosis longus. Good job. I don't care about the short and the long. Not really. I wanted you guys to put together what you did right here, Miss Moore. This is fantastic. You saw it go to the big toe, you said holosis. You thought about how that pulls the toe, you said extensor. That is beautiful work. Thank you. Take it. Miss Monreal. Miss Monreal, what is this muscle?
That tibialis anterior.
Why do you think it's tibialis anterior?
Because it is thicker and it crosses over, and it hooks on the inside of the foot.
Everybody, the key word that she said there is it crosses over. Look at it. It starts on the lateral side of the leg, but it ends up on the medial side of the foot. So what did you say it was again, Miss Monreal?
Tibialis anterior.
Tibialis anterior. It sure is. Excellent detective work, madam. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Kandaris, sir. Mr. Kandaris, what muscle is this?
Gastrocnemius.
Absolutely. How did you know it was the gastrocnemius?
Two big heads.
Yeah, he's right. Two big heads crossing over the knee, right? Boom. Grab it on there. Yep. Inserting down into the calcaneal bone via the calcaneal tendon. Thank you, sir. Miss Hunter. Miss Hunter, what's this muscle?
That looks like the gastrocnemius.
Well, how many joints does the gastrocnemius cross over?
Oh, that's right. It crosses way. Okay, so is it the soleus?
I think it's the soleus. That diagonal line is the soleal line where it attaches. I love your self-correction there, though. I love that you're like, oh, you're right. It can't be because it doesn't do this thing. So, yep, that is the soleus. Very good. Good, good, good. Thank you, ma'am. Miss Harper.
Yes, sir.
Miss Harper, what is that tiny little red muscle that he's pointing to right up here? Tiny?
Plantaris?
Did you say plantaris?
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah.
100% right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Miss Hanson. Oh, there's the full plantaris. That's kind of cool. You guys see it's hidden there underneath the soleus. There. There it is. Beautiful. Longest tendon in the body. Plantaris. Longest tendon in the body. Okay. What are these, Miss Hanson?
Is that the, oh gosh. The, why am I blinking?
Because you're under pressure?
Probably.
Everybody's staring at you?
The tendon.
The tendon?
Wait. Hold on, I know these. I have to go back and look.
You know what these, it's two muscles that go together.
Yes.
It's the longest and the brevis.
Not in the hamstrings, they're in the calf muscles.
They're not calf muscles. They're not calf muscles. They're on the lateral, like when we talk about anterior lateral muscles, these are lateral leg muscles.
Are they the stirrup muscles?
They are, so what are they?
Oh.
But you're right, they meet the tibialis anterior to create the stirrup of the leg. One of them does, but yeah.
I cannot think of the name of them.
What bone do they run by?
Are they the tibialis anterior?
No, they meet the tibialis anterior. But tibialis anterior is anterior, these are lateral.
Okay, so it's the fibia.
Yes. So what do some people call these muscles that run along the fibula?
The fibialis is the longest and brevis.
Yeah, fibularis, longus and brevis, or peroneals, longus and brevis. Good, good. This is hard. This is hard. Awesome. Peroneals. Those are the peroneals, or the fibularis, longus and brevis. Good. Cool, cool, cool. And they're heading on their way down there. By the way, the brevis doesn't actually go underneath the foot. The brevis grabs onto that bump that's on the lateral side of your guy's foot. Have you ever felt it? It's on the side of your fifth metatarsal. There is a bump right there on the side of your foot, on the lateral side of your foot. You should all be able to feel it. It's this bump right here. It's actually very big. Sometimes massage therapists don't realize it's part of a bone and they rub it too much. It's on the lateral side of your foot, and it's a bump, and that's where the peroneus brevis inserts. The other one goes underneath and meets the tibialis anterior. I appreciate those of you who are touching your feet. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Miss Hanson. Miss Felix Osuna, what are we looking at here besides one sexy looking thigh?
Rectus femoris.
Rectus femoris, and why do you think it's the rectus femoris?
Because it crosses over two joints.
It looks like it's going way up there, right? Underneath, I'm not trying to be weird, by the way, underneath his underwear or whatever, like it's gonna cross into his hip. Yeah, and it goes, it's definitely a quad muscle, right? Because it's going down to the knee. So we know it's a quad. If it wasn't the rectus femoris, what would it be? Like if we're wrong about that, is there any other muscle it could be? Any other quad muscle?
Maybe one of the adductors?
Well, no, I think it could be another quad muscle is what I meant, but never mind. I'm leading the witness, never mind. Let's say rectus femoris. Rectus femoris, let's see. You are right, ma'am. Rectus femoris. Good job. Thank you. Miss Cooper. Miss Cooper, what's this muscle? Very strange looking muscle.
It also crosses over to, yeah.
Yes, it does. It crosses over two and goes kind of like diagonal too. It's a crazy looking muscle.
Is it the pectineus?
Does the pectineus go diagonal and cross over two joints?
I thought it did.
No.
Does
No,
it
that's
start with
adductor.
E?
No.
Then what the hell am I thinking?
I don't know. I don't know. That's okay. Sometimes we don't think right. That's all right.
I guess, but there's points involved. Okay, let me think.
Look, now it inserts into the medial shaft of the tibia in an area called the pes anserinus. This is one of the pes anserinus muscles.
Is it the gracilis?
Good guess, because that is a pes anserinus muscle, but the gracilis would be going straight down the inner side of the leg, right?
Sartorius?
Yes! It's the sartorius. Sartorius is a diagonal superficial muscle. It is above all the quads. Superficial muscle, that is the sartorius. Yep. Yes, yes, yes. Good job. Thank you, ma'am. Good work. Miss Bilotic. Miss Bilotic, what is this muscle here?
The vastus lateralis.
Vastus lateralis, you probably actually couldn't see very well because it's so lateral. You are in the right ballpark, though.
The vastus medialis or vastus intermedius.
Yes. It's
So that's the one that under the.
Yes! That's what I was trying to drive at earlier, Miss Bilotic. You're absolutely right. So it almost looks like the rectus femoris because it's under the rectus femoris. We don't see it. But it doesn't go across the hip, right? So we know it's the vastus intermedius. You did really good. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Vastus intermedius. Way to knock it out of the park. Boom. Cool. Miss Yanez, what is this muscle? This giant muscle. Don't worry about what he's pointing at. I don't know what he's pointing at. But this giant muscle.
Is it in the adductor group?
Well, we're looking at the outside of his leg.
Oh, yeah. Is that the vastus lateralis?
Vastus lateralis all day long, yep. It looks like a giant fish on the side of our leg. It's really what gives people a sweep of the side of their leg. It's a beautiful muscle, giant muscle. Vastus lateralis, excellent. I really like the thinking that's going on here, everybody. Ms. Torres, what is this muscle here? This one right here by the knee, kind of.
Vastus medialis.
Vastus medialis. Good job, Ms. Torres. Thank you, thank you. Ms. Stanley, what is this muscle group? Look very carefully how this person is laying, by the way, before you answer. But what is this muscle group?
The hamstrings?
The hamstrings. Bam. Excellent job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Miss Petrie, what's this muscle?
The gluteus maximus.
Gluteus maximus, Miss Petrie. Bam. You guys are just showing off now. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Miss Nguyen, what is this muscle? This is the side of his hip. Yeah, go.
Gluteal and the what about medius?
Medius.
The medius. Yeah.
Gluteus medius, she's saying. And she is right. Bam. Thank you, Miss Nguyen.
Thank you, sir.
You're brilliant in any language. Love it. Miss Moore, what do you suppose this muscle is? Remember, this last one was gluteus medius. What's this muscle, Miss Moore?
Gluteus minimus.
Gluteus minimus. And for $5,000, she is absolutely right. Thank you, Miss Moore. That's fantastic. Gluteus minimus. Tinier and slightly more anterior. Yeah. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. I love it. Okay. Sorry, Miss Moore. Miss Monreal. What is this weird little muscle, Miss Monreal? All I heard was You're cutting out. What? Can you say it again? Miss Monreal, we lost you. Are you there? Miss Monreal. Miss Monreal? Pezantheritis, talk to me.
Can you hear me?
No, Miss Nguyen.
Foreman?
Is it the piriformis? This is the side of some.
Can you hear me?
This is the. I can hear you. It's not the piriformis.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Quit yelling at me. Hello, Miss Monreal.
I said it's when you guys miss me singing.
It's not the piriformis. It's not one of the deep six. It's on the hip, on the lateral anterior side of the hip. That's right over the greater trochanter there.
Well, I'm driving, and I thought that was a butt.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm teaching anatomy class.
Hold on, I'm pulling over. Give me a second.
Oh God, are you kidding me?
I'm sorry. So if that is anterior, is that pectineus?
Can you hear me?
It's not that anterior. This is the side of a leg.
Okay. Hold on, let me enlarge this
Edit.
a little bit. Oh, then it's TFL, is it?
What does TFL stand for?
Tensor fascia lata.
Boom. Tensor fascia lata. Remember when Tap Scott used to have you guys grab your buns and I said gluteus maximus, medius, minimus, tensor fascia lata. Max, med, min, tensor fascia lata. Yep, that's right in front of the greater trochanter there. Everybody, this is the greater trochanter poking out right here. Right there.
So they're laying on their side. Then.
Yes, yes, they're laying on their side, hugging a pillow. Good job. Thank you, ma'am. That was good. Tensor fascia lata.
I think it was
Morpheus because it didn't seem like it was angled in the right direction.
Yeah.
But I thought that was just never mind. Okay.
Okay, we got you.
Bye.
It's hard to see. That's why I'm actually showing you guys this stuff to kind of give you a heads up of how to look at these pictures. But you guys are doing great. Great, great, great. Okay. Mr. Kandaris, sir. Sir, what is this muscle? And this is not an easy question.
It looks like adductor brevis.
Yeah, it's a great guess. I love that he said adductor, right? It's an adductor for sure. And he's right. It was adductor brevis. Yeah. Really good job, sir. Really good job. So he picked a short adductor muscle, and that was a good guess. Adductor brevis. Good job. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Miss Hunter. What is this muscle? If that was adductor brevis, what is this muscle, the reddest one here? The reddest one here that his finger is actually touching, basically. Miss Hunter? Oh, Miss Hunter. Miss Hunter. Miss Hunter. You can't pretend not to be there when you don't like the question. All right, Miss Hunter, I'm going to come back to you. Miss Harper, what is this muscle?
It's part of adductor.
It is. It's an adductor, so good. So we know it's one of 5 muscles.
It's the long one, or
Yes, say it.
adductor longus.
Yeah, I would be my guess too. What's weird is adductor longus isn't that long, right? But remember the brevis was really short. And you are correct. This is the longest. Adductor longus. Good job. Cool, cool, cool. Miss Hanson. I think what they are signifying is this red muscle kind of in back here on this person. What muscle is that? It is an adductor. Which one is it?
The Magnus?
And why are you picking Magnus?
Well, it's the last adductor that has adductor in the word.
Oh, got you. I meant any abductor. Like, the other thing is it's very posterior. Remember, the adductor magnus is very posterior, and all the other adductors stack on top of it. So this sucker's big, but it's also posterior, which I think makes you correct, Miss Hanson. Good job, adductor magnus.
So it's hiding, so it's bigger because it should go underneath that other one too, right?
I don't know what you mean by
Is that true? Well, it's a bigger muscle than the other abductors. So is it?
It actually creates a
underneath?
it creates a shelf that the other muscles stack on top of. So it's hard to explain, but if you can see the skeleton here, if I was the adductor magnus, like I would be down here like this. I'm the reason that your thighs touch, right? And then the other adductors, all of them are in front of this one. But the adductor magnus is wide. It fills in this whole space. And it's in back. And then the brevis and pectineus and longus and gracilis are all here in front of it. Actually stacked up in front of it. Does that help? Okay. And it's so far back it can act like a hamstring muscle because it is attached to the ischial tuberosity. Cool. Miss Hunter, are you there? No? You're right down the hallway. Just yell out my door. Okay. We'll come back to you. Miss Felix Osuna, what is this muscle?
Is that also one of the adductors muscle?
Well, it is on the medial thigh. So that is a very good guess.
Is it the gracilis?
Why do you think it's the gracilis?
Because it's the most medial, right?
Well, I don't know if it's the most, I mean, I kind of understand what you're saying. I don't quite know how to answer that. But the gracilis crosses 2 joints. Does this look like it's going across the knee joint?
Yeah. Because it's small.
And you are correct. It is the gracilis. It's the only adductor, it's the only middle thigh muscle that crosses over the knee joint. Well done. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, thank you. Cool. Miss Cooper.
Yeah.
Miss Cooper, what muscle do you suppose this one is? Or what muscle group do you think it's in?
It's really small.
Yeah? Where's it located? Which femoral compartment is it in? Anterior, lateral, posterior, or medial?
Medial?
Okay, so it's in the medial femoral compartment. What muscles are found in the medial femoral compartment? What muscle group is found in the medial femoral compartment? Meaning what muscle group is found between your legs?
Sorry.
That's okay. Can I ask you some leading questions?
Sure. I'm touching my own leg.
Okay, good. I like that. Well, what muscles do you find on the anterior and lateral compartment of your leg? The front and side of your leg. What muscle group is that?
The pes.
No. I'm talking about, I think I might be throwing you off, by the way, and I apologize. I was just talking about like big muscle
I
groups.
think I'm throwing you off.
Okay. Well, look at me for a second. Right? Here's my legs, right? Here's my leg. This is the front of my leg, right? Anterior, lateral, medial, right? And posterior, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what muscles you find back here in the posterior region?
The hamstrings?
Yeah, hamstrings are there. Quads are here and here, right? What is on the medial thigh? What muscle group is in here? It's a whole group of muscles, 5 of them. I don't want to know all their names. I just want to know what's this muscle group found that's on my inner thighs, so if it contracts, it can actually pull my legs together.
So it's not the quads.
Not the quads, not the hamstrings. When I tell you, you're going to be like, ah. These muscles, when they contract, they help to pull my legs together. What do we call that when my legs come together?
The quads, the hams, and the...
What do we call that when we add stuff back to the midline?
Adductors?
Oh, that's right. It's the adductors that are in my middle thigh. Yes, your medial femoral compartment is adductors. So, do you think this muscle could be an adductor?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we just got to figure out which of the 5 adductors it is. Right?
Magnus?
Well, let's look at some stuff. Is it really big?
No.
It's not really big, and it's not really posterior, by the way, in the medial compartment. It's not really far back, so it can't be Magnus. Good. We've eliminated Magnus. Could it be gracilis?
No.
No, because it doesn't cross over the knee. Gracilis actually happens to be the longest adductor there is. Right, so it's not gracilis, and it's not Magnus, which are kind of our big players out there. This guy looks small. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So can we think of small adductors we have? Really small. So it's not going to be adductor longus either, right? Because this doesn't look long. Okay. So that kind of leads us down to it's not Magnus, it's not longus, and it's not gracilis. What adductors do we have left?
Brevis?
Brevis it could be, because it's brief. And what's the other last one?
I don't want to get it wrong. Does it start with the P?
Yes.
Pectineus?
Pectineus. So anytime I see a muscle that's tiny like this in the inner thigh, on the medial side, I think pectineus or brevis. Now, I've got a little clue for you that's not really like a life hack. It's just a test hack. We've already found a picture of the adductor brevis. So that means this is most likely
The
What?
pectineus.
the pectineus. Good job, ma'am. Good job.
Mm,
Yeah, it's okay. Like sometimes we get kind of lost and we gotta pull it back in. That was good. Pectineus, bam. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Miss Hunter, are you back? Miss Hunter? I gotta. Miss. Sorry. Okay. Let's go, Miss Bilotic. Oh, that's a picture of all the adductors there, by the way. The magnus is most posterior. The gracilis is running across it. Boom. Nicely done. All the adductors again. Miss Bilotic. Miss Bilotic, what is this muscle? Or what is this band of fascia?
The tensor fascia lata.
You are 100% correct that that muscle is the tensor fascia lata. What is it tensing up there? What's that? What?
It's lata.
Actually, I don't know. It could be I think it's tensor fasciae latae.
Latte. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I'm going to say, so this is the tensor fascia latae. You're right about that. What's this long band of fascia that it's tensing up? What do we call this long band that runs down the side of the leg all the way across the knee?
The
Iliotibial band. We'll take it. Iliotibial band, IT band, bam. Beautiful. Really well done. Really well done. Thank you. This is the IT band. That is the tensor fascia lata up there. You did great. Thank you. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, Miss Hunter, you're back now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I'd lost you.
I put in the comments that I was gone. Yeah.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
I'm back,
Sorry.
yes.
Sorry. Okay. You're back. Well, let me ask you some questions really quick.
Okay.
What muscle is this, Miss Hunter?
That looks, it looks like the sartorius?
Does it go diagonal across the leg?
Oh, no.
You're correct.
Is that the...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
You're correct. The sartorius starts kind of up there, though. That was a good guess. This
okay.
is a tiny little muscle. It's weird. It looks like it goes into a big band of fascia.
Oh, it goes into the IT band?
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm seeing.
I
I can only think of two muscles that go in the IT band. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I see it's going down the shin, or the side.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to
Yeah.
say something about a tibia or a fibula.
Okay, but we're up on the femur right now.
That's right, because the leg is on the... Oh! The leg is... Okay. I thought the leg was sideways. Okay.
Sorry. No, he is lying prone, and that is basically the anterior hip there and the lateral hip you're seeing, yeah.
Okay. So that's on the top, so that's a quad muscle, right?
Well, I thought quads were big.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that does not look like that thing's going to lift very much.
So it's an abductor? No.
Well, I like what you're thinking. It's on the side of the leg, so therefore it could be an abductor. It's kind of in front, so it could also be a flexor of the hip. I got that. And it goes into a big band of fascia. I wonder what band of fascia runs down the side of your leg. Or tract of fascia. Is there a band of fascia that runs from like your ilium to your tibia? Or a tract that runs from your ilium to your tibia?
Iliotibial tract.
Thank you, Miss Hunter. I was like drawing a blank on that. Iliotibial tract or iliotibial band or IT band. Yeah, what two muscles feed into that band and can tighten it up? One's in front and one's in back. One's your glutes in back, gluteus maximus in back. But in front, kind of, there's a little one that, like, I think it's there really as a tensioner. Like there's a lot of fascia there and it's tensing it up. TFL, what does TFL stand for?
Tensor fascia latte.
Tensor fascia latte. Bam! Way to knock it out of the park, Miss Hunter. Tensor fascia
And
latte.
it's so sucky. Oh, I was like, were those words above the whole thing the whole time?
No,
'Cause I didn't.
no, I did this,
Okay.
I did this, and then I did that, yes.
Okay, got
That
it.
would be funny. That would have been funny. I would have made fun of
That
you.
would have been hilarious because I wasn't even looking.
I love that.
I was looking at the leg, but yeah.
One more question because we missed you for one, so you got to catch up. What if this person is lying prone? I'm sorry, I completely lied. This person's lying supine. They're on their back. They're on their back. This is their top we're seeing. But anyway, this is their thigh we're looking at. What muscle is this?
So this one makes me think sartorius
Why does it make you think sartorius?
because it's on the side of the knee. Like I just know that it inserts there.
That definitely looks like pes anserinus territory to me right there. So, sartorius, gracilis, semitendinosus, those would all be good guesses, yeah. Why else might this be the sartorius?
I think the sartorius it's very long, and I think it does the hip joint and the knee joint.
Yeah, it does. It's very long. It does the hip joint. In fact, it might be the longest muscle in the body. Very long, does the hip joint, the knee joint. You can actually see, if you look at this slide very carefully, you can see this person's anterior superior iliac spine sticking through. And this muscle inserts there, which would be another good guess for sartorius. And sartorius goes from lateral to medial or medial to lateral. It goes diagonal across the leg. Does this one go diagonal across the leg?
Yeah.
So are we going to go with sartorius?
Yeah.
I think that was a good
Yay.
guess, man. Good job. Thank you very much, Miss Hunter. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Miss Yanez. Miss Yanez, what's this one?
That's the gluteus maximus.
Yes, and it feeds into the IT band here. It's a good picture of how it feeds into the IT band. So tensor fascia lata and gluteus maximus both feed in the IT band. Thank you, Miss Yanez. Miss Torres. Miss Torres, what is this muscle?
Piriformis.
Why do you think it's the piriformis? Why not one of the other 6 lateral hip rotators?
Because for me it's just because it's straight.
Yeah, it makes the letter T, everybody, if you guys look at it. The piriformis is the bottom of the T, and the sacrum up here is the top of the T. And that's actually how you find the piriformis. You mark the side of the sacrum, and you make a line from that to the top of the greater trochanter, and you have the letter T. This muscle is this part of the T. The sacrum, the edge of the sacrum is the top part. And I think that's what she means by straight. Very good. Piriformis, bam. Good job. Cool, cool, cool. Love it. Miss Stanley. Oh, there's the T that I was trying to point out. Boom, boom, boom. Miss Stanley, what is this muscle?
That looks so similar to what we just had.
Yeah, we just did this. Now we're doing that. This one is actually inserting it into the intertrabecular crest, intertrochanteric crest, between the greater trochanter and lesser trochanter, the intertrochanteric crest, and the ischial tuberosity. Which muscle is this? Give me a guess.
Between it's attached to the ischial tuberosity.
What muscle group is this part of? What muscle group is it part of? This is under the gluteus maximus, so what muscle group is it part of?
part of the hamstrings, right?
No, it's under the, I admit the hamstrings kind of insert under the gluteus maximus, but this is in a muscle group that's underneath the gluteus maximus. What muscle group is found underneath the gluteus maximus? Deep to the gluteus maximus.
Oh, is it the hip rotator?
Yes, the deep 6 lateral hip rotators, of which the piriformis is one. Piriformis inserts, though, into the head, the superior portion of the greater trochanter. This muscle inserts into the intertrochanteric crest. Anyway, what muscle is this of the deep 6?
Wait, I'm trying to think. Is it one of the obturators or one of the gemelles?
Does it look like this muscle has 4 sides and it's a little bit rectangular?
It looks rectangular and.
Good. Can you think of a 4-sided muscle named that would be found on the femur?
Oh.
That's a deep 6 muscle.
Quadratus femoris.
It is the quadratus femoris. It is the most inferior of the deep 6. This is the most superior. Remember I said they're not that far apart, everybody. They're like this on your body. Piriformis, quadratus femoris. They're about that far apart. All the other deep 4 are in between here. But anyway, piriformis, quadratus femoris. Good job, ma'am. Thank you. Miss Petrie. Miss Petrie, what is this nerve?
Nerve.
I know, that's hard. We've been doing muscles.
Sciatic nerve?
It is. It is a sciatic nerve, and look at how it can be pinched by the piriformis. You can see the piriformis here, everybody. You can see the quadratus femoris, and you can see the other 4 lateral hip rotators coming through between these two. Not a very big area, and that's the sciatic nerve coming out through there. Good job. Thank you, thank you. Really good. Miss Nguyen. Oh, this one's hard. Miss Nguyen, perfect for you. What is this muscle? I usually only talk about it as a pair, but this is just one. We normally talk about these muscles together. What is this muscle?
That is the obturator.
Do you say an obturator? Yeah. It's not a deep 6 muscle. It's not a deep 6 muscle. I get where you're going with this, and you're not that far off, but it's not a deep 6 muscle. This is found inside the iliac fossa, actually, inside your hips. It's called the iliac fossa. It's found inside your hips. It's found, actually, right where this red part is where this thing attaches, and then it goes down to the lesser trochanter here. This muscle goes from here to here. This one is tricky.
That is not the
It's not an obturator. It's not an obturator. It's not one of the deep 6 lateral hip rotators. It's not obturator internus, externus. It's not gemellus superior, inferior. It's not piriformis, and it's not quadratus femoris. It is not a deep 6. What is this muscle? What would happen if you had a muscle right here? What would it do? And what might we call a muscle that's found in the iliac fossa here? What might we call it? This is inside your belly.
inside belly.
Inside the belly. Yeah. Inside the belly. Yeah. Normally this muscle goes with the psoas major, which goes from your low back down to your lesser trochanter. This muscle goes from here to your lesser trochanter. Both of them go to your lesser trochanter, and we talk about them together usually. But this is just this muscle right here.
You're thinking about I'm thinking about the I don't know how to call that.
Ilio?
Ilio. I don't know how that.
Well, I don't know what you're trying. I don't know if you're trying to say iliopsoas. Is that what you're trying to say?
I think that. I think in the ilio.
It is the one of the two muscles that make up the iliopsoas. It is the iliacus, everybody. This is the iliacus. Your iliopsoas is actually your iliacus with your psoas major. This is your iliacus. And by the way, Miss Nguyen, I would not expect you to know this or anybody in this class, so don't worry. But that is your iliacus, everybody. Yeah?
Yeah. I think in the ilio, but I don't know how did it hold that.
Yeah, that's okay. Iliacus. Iliacus.
Yeah, can I read one more question for that?
Oh, I have to ask you one more question? Okay. I like your attitude. All right. That's your iliacus.
Yeah, so that's why I think that.
That's a really good picture of it. Sideline. What is this muscle, Miss Nguyen?
That is
It's also inside your belly.
I think in the porter minor.
What?
I say in the. I think that in the muscle.
It goes with the iliacus.
No, at the
Yes.
porter minor.
The what minor?
I don't know how. The minor.
How about psoas major? Don't pronounce the P, just the S. Psoas major.
I get the same message for you. Okay, wait me one more minute. P F O A.
Yeah, that's pronounced. I know it looks like it's psoas, but it's just pronounced psoas. Psoas major.
I don't know. P F, right?
PS.
O A F.
Yes. Yes. That is pronounced psoas major. Don't say the P. The P is silent. The P is silent.
So please say again the how that.
So
So
as
as
major.
major.
Psoas major. Yeah. Psoas major is this muscle right here. Psoas major.
Yeah, so the way.
And this is iliacus. And you put them together, you've got iliopsoas. We usually put them together because they work together. But that's psoas major. Good job, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's so cute. All right. Miss Moore.
Yes.
Miss Moore,
Yes.
what is this muscle?
Did you just say it? The iliacus?
Yeah! I just want to make sure you're paying attention. Thank you. Iliacus is right. What is this muscle?
The.
Yeah, you're about to say it.
Psoas.
Yeah, psoas major. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay. What? Oh, I just showed everybody that this is your abdominal aorta, by the way. If you guys are feeling around for somebody's psoas major and you get a pulse, you're on the abdominal aorta, which is not the end of the world, but it is the thing that provides blood for the entire bottom of the body. So you want to back off once you feel that pulse. If you're ever inside somebody's stomach looking for their psoas major, which sometimes we do. All right. Okay. Here you go, Miss Moore. Sorry, last question. What is this muscle? What muscle group is it? Anything.
The erector spinatus.
It is the erector spinae group. I'm so happy you said that. That is actually the most important thing to recognize here. So how many muscles are in the erector spinae group?
3.
Yeah, what are their names?
The spinalis, the iliocostalis, and the longissimus.
Longissimus. Well done. Thank you, Miss Moore. Really well done. Does this look like it's right next to the spine?
No.
No. So it's not the spinalis. Does it look like it's really long and goes all the way up to the mastoid process of the head?
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Wait.
It's long, but it doesn't. Does this look like it connects the crest of the ilium to the costals, the ribs?
Yes.
That would make it the what?
Iliocostalis.
That'd be my guess. Ah! Bam! Good job, Miss Moore. Thank you very much. Good job. Iliocostalis. I love it. Good job. Thank you. Miss Monreal,
Yes.
what muscle is this?
I like to call that the longi.
The longi?
Longissimus.
Longissimus. That'd be
Yeah.
my guess too. Longissimus. It's going all the way up the head, all the way up. Longissimus. You're right. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Gondaris. This is a weird picture, Mr. Gondaris, because they're kind of showing us half of the bottom section of this and half of the up section. So this is really only half the muscle. But what muscle is this?
Looks like longissimus.
Well, but this muscle was longissimus.
For sure, so that's spinalis.
Spinalis, because it actually is attached, everybody look at it, it's attached to the spinous processes of the back, which is what makes it spinalis. Good job, sir. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Miss Hunter. Miss Hunter, what are we looking at here? Two muscles. Miss Hunter? Not again. Miss Hunter, you're back now. So what's going on? Where are you? Okay. Miss Harper, what are these two muscles?
This is like the shoelace. Is it the rotators and multifidi?
Yeah. Which ones are on top? I don't mean, you know what I mean? Which ones in this slideshow, which ones are they showing on top?
The top might be the multifidi.
And why do you say that?
Because I think the multifidi is like more bigger than the rotators, and how they connect, they're more like close to each other.
Yeah. And what's the other thing? Do you notice one of these is on the sacrum, the other one's not? So your logic is very good. Multifidi
It goes to the sacrum.
goes to the sacrum and they tend to be longer. Your logic's really right. And rotatorias tend to be shorter. So let's see. Ha, good job. Good job. Even on almost no sleep, you're still doing great. Thank you, ma'am. Miss Hanson. I don't even know if we've done. Have we done? I'm trying to think of how to ask you if we've done this muscle before without telling you what this muscle is. Have we done things like the speed bumps of the neck, semispinalis capitis, splenius cervicis? Okay. Okay. So, I will give you three choices then for this one.
Okay.
And listen to what I'm saying because the words kind of help you figure it out. So, semispinalis capitis, splenius capitis, or splenius cervicis?
I'd say splenius capitis.
Yeah, I would too. Splenius capitis goes from the spine to your cap. Very well done. Splenius capitis. Great guess. That's actually what won, is your ability to guess this stuff. That was really good. Splenius capitis. Nicely done. Miss Felix Osuna, what is this muscle? Same three choices, semispinalis capitis, splenius capitis, and splenius cervicis.
Can you repeat the?
Yeah, sorry. Semispinalis capitis, splenius cervicis, and splenius capitis.
Could it be the semispinalis cervicis?
Yeah, splenius capitis. Semispinalis capitis. These are the speed bumps of your neck. They're the reason that you see two raised up bumps on people is this muscle is deep under there and they're pretty thick. Semispinalis capitis are the speed bumps of your thing, and they look like that. They look like two little bars. They run from part of your spine, semispinalis, to your head, semispinalis capitis. That's where they get their name. Good job. So just to review, we had splenius capitis, which goes from your spine to your head, kind of goes out diagonally. And then we've got semispinalis capitis, goes up part of your spine straight up to your head. Good. Okay. Miss Cooper? You there? Maybe? Miss Cooper? Can you hear me, Miss Cooper? Miss Hunter? Miss Cooper? Miss Cooper, Miss Hunter? Hello?
Me or Hunter?
I was calling for, I couldn't get a hold of you and I haven't been able to get a hold of her, so I just started calling you both.
Oh, I was really confused.
Okay. Miss Cooper, this is one of 3 muscles.
Okay.
It's either your semispinalis capitis
It's that one.
or your splenius capitis or your splenius cervicis.
I think it's the first one.
Well, the only thing I don't like about
No.
the first one is that we just did that one, and this is the first semispinalis capitis, and this doesn't look like that.
That one looks way different. Okay, no, then this one.
So let me give you, so it's not semispinalis capitis, it's either
Okay.
splenius capitis or splenius cervicis, which means
Capitis.
spine and head or spine and neck.
Splenius capitis.
Splenius capitis. Good job,
I was
ma'am.
on the right track.
Yeah, you are. This is fantastic. Splenius capitis. Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Bilotic, what muscle group is this?
Your occipitals?
Yeah, your suboccipitals, it's called, but very well said. That's all right. No, I'll take it. That was really good. There's actually 4 of them. I don't even think I can remember what they are. But suboccipitals, beautiful. That little spot in the back of everybody's head that we're all massaging, right? Because everybody in this class, when they leave, they're gonna massage suboccipitals on everybody, feet on everybody, lateral anterior compartment of the leg on everybody, probably glutes on everybody, I hope. Like, those are big stuff. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Thank you, Miss Bilotic. Well done. Miss Yanez. Hold on. Miss Yanez, what is this?
That's the trapezius.
No. Yes, it is. Okay, that's the trapezius. It's a beautiful picture of it, actually. You see all the different fibers, all that good stuff. Thank you, ma'am. Cool. Miss Torres, what muscle group is this? I think they want the whole group, Miss Torres. Is it your quads? Your hamstrings?
Erector spinae?
Yeah. Rector spinae group. Good. And that's kind of all of them mixed together there.
I have a question real quick though.
Okay. What's your question?
So are they gonna give us like multiple choice in the test, or we like have to write it down?
No, it'll be multiple choice because it's on a computer.
Okay, because then I'm like, oh God, I don't know how to write the names.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I hope I've said this before. Spelling is not a requirement in this class, period. So when the 1 or 2 times you guys have had to spell on a test, we gave you a word bank. You know, it was still a catastrophe because you got to spell exactly what the word bank says. But on this, no. This is going to be multiple guess. It's a multiple guess test. 4 or 5 things. I think it's just 4 for every question to choose from. And I'm really hoping that you guys can knock this out of the park. If you have 4 guesses on everything, that you're able to go, well, it's not that, and that. It's got to be this. And that's what the test is really looking for, is this kind of understanding of how anatomy works, if that makes sense. So some of the logic we saw where you're like, oh, it's on the outside of the foot, so it must be an abductor. It's going to it's going to the big toe, it must be hallucis. Well, you can narrow down a lot of questions just knowing that. You start looking for hallucis in your question, you start looking for abductor in your answer, and it goes fast. But anyway, yes, be multiple choice, ma'am. Multiple choice. Okay, Miss Stanley, what muscle is this?
Why am I thinking lumbar?
I don't know, maybe because it's in the lumbar region?
Probably.
That would be a good place to start. Is lumborum a muscle?
Quadratus lumborum is.
Oh, okay. Do you want to guess that?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. What do you know? Four-sided muscle in the lumbar region. Cool. Miss Petrie.
Awesome.
Miss Petrie, what is this muscle?
It's the saw-like muscle going connecting to the ribs. Is the oh no, it's not. Am I thinking correctly?
I don't know.
Serratus anterior.
What does serratus anterior connect to?
All right.
What
This
is
is
it?
my leak. Right. I'm answering your question.
Are you?
Christina. Hi.
Hi, Chris.
Oh man. Oh, so connect the.
You're cutting out a little bit
Looks
too, so I
all
can,
like to me.
okay.
It's and then it's not serratus. Is it an oak? Can you just answer that?
I'm sorry, I got a bad connection over here. I can't really hear you that well. Let me know when you're ready to answer.
You are such a brat.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Let me think. Is not serratus anterior?
Is that your answer?
That's what I was thinking.
Is that your answer?
Well, yeah.
Okay. So what bone does the serratus anterior move? Like, what does it do?
Well, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me find out. 86.
Yeah, serratus anterior. I kind of thought it was a scapular mover. I kind of felt like the serratus
no,
anterior.
that's definitely not the serratus anterior.
I thought the serratus anterior kind of kissed the rhomboids and met on the medial border of the
Is this an
scapula.
external oblique then?
What is the external oblique attached to? Which direction are their fibers?
Oh man.
Could this be rectus abdominis? Maybe this is the erector spinae group. You know what? I think this might be one of the deep six.
Oh my god, you're so mean right now.
Piriformis. That's what this is. This is a piriformis. This can pinch on the sciatic nerve.
You were so mean.
What muscle group? Let's try to decide what muscle group we're in. What area of the body are we in here?
Is it an abdominal?
I think guessing this is an abdominal would be a pretty good start. Yeah.
Okay.
It does not attach to the scapula, so it can't be serratus anterior. It's got to be abdominal. Abdominals like to tie your ribs to your hips. And this looks like it's kind of tying your ribs to your hips. So, there's what? How many abdominals are there? What are the 13 abdominals? Sorry, I thought I'd sneak that one in.
This abdominis that goes straight down.
Rectus
And
abdominis
then
goes.
there's the internal and external oblique.
Yep.
And then there's the transverse, which is that wraps around.
All right.
And then there's the quadratus laborum, which is in the back.
So let's pretend this is a multiple choice test because I can honestly see, I don't know, but I honestly, if I made this into a test question, I would have put all 5 of those answers down, right? I'd put all 5 abdominals down, right? So let's eliminate which abdominals it cannot be.
It's not the rectus femoris because
Right.
that goes straight up and down.
Well, it's definitely not the rectus femoris because
It's
that's a
not the-
quad. You mean it's not the
It's
rectus
not-
abdominis? It's not the rectus abdominis. 'cause-
Quadratus femoris because that's in the back.
Yes, good. So we wiped out. Keep going.
It's not the transverse abdominis because that's a wraps around.
Yeah. So it's
So
either.
it's either an internal or external oblique.
If only Mr. Tapscott gave me a thing with my hands to help me remember which way those fibers run. If I would have done something, I should have remembered, like, I used to kind of do this thing. I should have done that. Anyway, oh well, we'll never know.
And then external, so it's internal oblique then.
It's which one?
External.
Let's see. What do I do with my hands?
Internal goes. but
External, I got my hands on the outside, and when I put my hands inside themselves, that's internal, and these fibers. So you're saying external. Huh. Let's see. External oblique.
Oh my god.
Good job, Miss Petrie. It's tough, everybody. This stuff is tough. It's okay. Miss Petrie, this made me very happy. The reason I let you struggle so long is I really like the thought process. I want to graduate students that think. And this is a very thinking class. You can tell from your comments on the TED Talks, right? I want you to go through that process of like, it can't be the quadratus lumborum, that's in back. Can't be rectus abdominis, it runs up and down. Can't be the transverse abdominis, that runs. It's got to be an internal, external oblique. And then you remember the hand thing, and you figured it out. Good. Good job, Miss Petrie. Oh, and you're welcome. Miss Nguyen. Miss Nguyen, what is this?
I think it's the transverse abdominal. I don't know.
Okay, so it is an abdominal, and you think it's what kind?
I think about internal.
Internal. What's it?
Internal. Obliquely. I don't know.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cute. Obliquely. Internal obliques. Yeah. By the way, look at the fibers, everybody. If I stuck my hands inside, those would probably be my internal obliques. Good job, Mr. Yen. Yeah, that was fast. Yeah, good job. I love it. Cool, cool, cool. Miss Moore. Miss Moore, what is this muscle here?
It's abdominal.
What?
Abdominis.
What abdominis?
The wait.
It is an abdominis. You're right. Which
No,
abdominis is it?
I was gonna say rectus abdominis, but
The one that runs up and down?
yeah, no, I don't think that's it.
Why not? Why don't you think that's it?
Cause I don't know. But
I mean-
then I feel like it is because the rectus abdominis does go straight up and it does split.
Yeah, it does split. It goes straight up and down. It hooks your lower 5, 6, 7 ribs down to your pubic bone. That's kind of where he's touching.
Okay, never mind. It's the rectus abdominis.
Okay. Well, let's find out. Wow. Bam. Rectus abdominis all day long. Crunchmaster 2000. Good. I like it. Thank you, ma'am. Boom, boom, boom. Miss Monreal. Miss Monreal, what is this muscle?
Mr. Tapscott, I think it is the transverse abdominis.
Do you know what's so funny? I was going to require you to sing your answer, but you already did it because you're in my brain. It is the transverse abdominis. We're going to make an opera about anatomy.
Okay.
Transverse abdominis. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Anserinus. Okay. Mr. Canaris, sir? What?
Yeah.
What? I have a feeling you're going to know. What muscle is this?
Well, is I know it.
You do know it, sir. I know you know this.
I was just rubbing him yesterday.
Yeah, you were. Like a boss. I'm just going to bow my head down in
Read
prayer.
the first letter and I'll say it.
Well, I'm bowing my head down in prayer right now because it's a prayer muscle. I'm not going to give you a first letter or anything. Look at its attachments and tell me what it is.
It's bugging me because I know it. It's just.
Super important muscle.
Oh, you know what? Is it the SCM?
What does SCM stand for?
Sternocleidomastoid.
Does this muscle hook to the sternum, the clavicle, the mastoid process?
Yes.
Then that would be a really good guess. SCM, sternocleidomastoid! Yeah! The crowd goes wild! Thank you, sir. Good job. SCM, sternocleidomastoid, prayer muscle. Yeah! Part of the front fascial line, by the way. I know. Inquiring minds want to know, so I'm telling you. Boom. Very cool. Okay. Miss Hunter. Miss Hunter, are you there?
Yes.
Where do you keep going? I keep losing you.
Yeah, so my computer decided it wanted to go really slow, so you guys were really like cut up, so I restarted and it took forever. But I'm here.
Sounds good. Okay, Miss Hunter, you missed 37 questions while you were gone, so I'm going to fill you in, okay?
Yeah, right. I wasn't gone that long.
Hey, Miss Petrie, who's the good-looking guy next to you? No making out on screen, you two. Get a room. Get a house. Wait, you are in a house. Get an apartment. Yeah. Okay.
Say hi.
Hey, Chris. All right, sorry, Miss Hunter. Miss Hunter, Miss Hunter. Oh, you don't know these yet. None of us do. We haven't done neck muscles yet. And now I forgot the name of these. Hold on one second. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There's 3 of them. Anterior, middle, posterior. Oh my gosh. Look what I'm doing. I hope all of you that felt bad about not remembering something, I teach this stuff. Oh gosh. I can tell you where they go from the...
Those are scalings, right?
They're scalings! Thank you for embarrassing me, but they are scalings. Yeah. Those probably are... I don't even know. Anterior scalings would be my guess. Okay, everybody, this is good to know though because we'll learn them later. These are scalings. Thank you for teaching the class, Miss Hunter. These are anterior scalings. You have these muscles in the side of your neck, and we care about them a lot because they can pinch on your brachial plexus that comes out the side of your neck, and they're called the scalings, and we will learn about them in your next class. Apparently, Miss Hunter's already learned about them, and apparently I am de-evolving, and I've forgotten about them. But you have an anterior scaling, middle, and posterior, and they're all right here. And they attach to your first and second rib and the side of your neck. Your transverse process is on your neck. Well done. Thank you, ma'am. Anterior scaling. Wow. Okay. Middle scaling, and then this little one, posterior scaling. Nice job. Okay. Miss Hunter, can I ask you another question?
Yeah.
We haven't really done this either. We've talked about this muscle, but we haven't done face yet, which will come with the scalings. Do you know what muscle this is, though?
Is it the masseter or something? Something that you masticize?
Yeah, that you... It is the masseter for mastication. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you're all a bunch of masticators. All right. It's for mastication. It is your masseter, and you did a great job. Fantastic. And it's one of the muscles we work on with people that have temporal mandibular joint problems. And it goes from your cheekbone down to your jawbone there. I love that. Really nicely done. Wow. Wow. We haven't done this muscle yet either, but do you want to take one guess at this too, Miss Hunter, and then I'll drop it?
Okay. I think my luck is going to run out here. It is a cranial. I'm just like,
Well,
something on your head.
What would you name a muscle that covered your temporal region?
temporal
And also-
muscle.
Yeah, temporalis. Just your temporalis.
Temporalis.
It also goes in your jaw, everybody. So you got your jaw muscle here, but you've also got a jaw muscle up here. And if you move your jaw, you can feel it. Those are your two big chewers. Temporalis. Yeah, there you go. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. We're not doing these yet. These are highlights. Oh, but we are doing this. Okay. Miss Hunter, one last question, just because you're here and you probably already saw it anyway, but what is this muscle?
Deltoid.
Thank you, ma'am. Good. All right. Miss Harper.
Yes, sir.
Miss Harper, what is this half of this muscle?
That's the traps.
Traps, trapezius. Thank you, Miss Harper. Miss Hanson. What is this muscle in red, Miss Hanson?
Oh, my mic was on this whole time. I did not realize that.
You should have heard the stuff you were saying under your breath, too. It's a joke. But what is this? Nothing. What is this muscle in red? They're showing lots of muscles there, but the big one in red. The one that's kind of on the lateral and back side of the body there. So many clues and everything I just said. Oh. It's not the piriformis.
I think I got that. Longissimus dorsi? What? I don't even, what is it?
I feel like you're mixing some. Well, it's the largest muscle in the upper body. It's on the lateral and back side of the body. What would I call a lateral back muscle?
Posterior.
What would I call a lateral back muscle? Biggest muscle in the body.
It's your lats, right?
Oh, your latissimus dorsi, the lateral back muscle. Thank you. I always forget that one. Latissimus dorsi, the largest muscle in the upper body. It's hard to tell from this picture, but that's what it is. Good job. Good job. It's fine. Thank you, by the way. Thank you. Miss Felix Osuna. Whoa. Oh, big leagues now, Miss Felix Osuna. What muscle is this?
Is that the teres major?
Why do you think it's the teres major?
Well, because I know it like is a scapula, right?
It does, but so does the teres minor.
Yeah, well, the teres minor is smaller.
Okay. And the teres major goes all the way down to the inferior angle of the scapula, and it looks like this muscle does too. Huh. And we just did latissimus dorsi. Anytime I say latissimus dorsi, you say...
Teres major.
Huh. Well, look, everybody. That was a hard question because there's other things you could have picked. It is the teres major because it's the lower one of those two and it goes down to the inferior angle of the scapula. Well done. And it goes with latissimus dorsi. I love that. Beautiful. Good job. Bam. Really cool. All right. Thoracolumbar aponeurosis. Okay. Miss Cooper. Miss Cooper? Miss Cooper.
Can you hear me? Why doesn't it?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Miss Cooper, what two muscles are these here?
No, let me see.
They're a major and a minor. What two muscles are they?
Rhomboid? Wait, no.
Good. No, they're not in the right place to be a rhomboid. But I understand why you said rhomboid when I said major and minor. That'd be a good guess. But rhomboids are in the middle of the back. So what is this? I'm sorry, what, ma'am?
Thinking.
Okay, take your time. It's okay. This is a learning exercise, everybody, and I think we've seen everybody has had challenges from time to time. Yeah, see a lot of nods out there. This is not easy.
There's something I want to say, but
What do you want to say? We can work through it together. What?
totally. Starts with a T.
Well, why don't you say it?
Terry's?
Teres major and minor?
Yeah.
Are the teres major and minor found kind of on the lateral border of the scapula?
Yes.
Yeah. So that wouldn't be a bad guess, would it? It's very hard to tell from this picture, but one's running behind the arm, the other one's running in front of the arm. That's very much what the teres major and minor do. Yeah, I think that's a really good guess. Do you want to go with that?
Yes.
Because your other choice is pectoralis major and minor,
No.
rhomboids major and minor.
It's Terry's.
Yes, ma'am, it is. Good job. Good job sticking to your conviction, Miss
Thank
Cooper.
you.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Cooper. Miss Bilotic, what is this crazy muscle?
The subscapularis.
Excellent guess, by the way, if you were on the anterior side of the scapula, but you're not. But excellent guess, because if we were looking at this guy from the front, that would be true. But this is underneath the spine of the scapula. And you got the right muscle group, too.
So, supraspinatus, infraspinatus.
Underneath the spine of the scapula. Oh, yeah. I see where you're going with this.
Is it the infra?
Infra what?
Infraspinatus?
Well, infraspinatus means below the spine of the scapula. Is this below the spine of the scapula?
Yes.
Wow! You're doing great. Thank you, Miss Bilotic. Good job. Good, good, good. Infraspinatus, everybody. Yeah! Bam! Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I don't know if they want the muscle in red. Let's do the muscle in red. What is, hold on, sorry. Miss Yanez, what is this muscle in red?
The teres minor.
Yeah, because if it wasn't in red, it would look like just part of the infraspinatus there, right? Yep. I'm sorry, they wanted both apparently, but we knew what you were talking about. Yes, infraspinatus and teres minor, they go together. They look similar. If you don't color them carefully, they are similar. Good job. Thank you. Miss Torres. Okay. Miss Torres, this picture is difficult to interpret. So I need you to really think about it. We can talk about it. But what muscle do you suppose this is in the axillary region of this gentleman here?
The subscapularis.
I think you're right, by the way. I just didn't expect you to get that right away. Because that's where we would see the anterior part of the scapula, everybody. That's if you poked into there, right? And underneath it, there's other stuff. There's other little finger-like projections and stuff like that. But the red part really looks like subscapularis major. My God! That was amazing. That one's hard. Hard to see. Good job, Miss Torres. Yep, good stuff. Miss Stanley. Miss Stanley, what is this muscle?
Supraspinatus.
Supraspinatus. Why do you think it's the supraspinatus?
Because it's above the spine and scapula.
Yeah, and it's going underneath the acromion process and it's inserting into the head of the humerus there. Yeah, into the greater tubercle. Let's see if she's right, everybody. Bam! Miss Stanley is right. Knocks it out of the park. She didn't even have to hesitate. Didn't even pause. Great job. Thank you. Miss Petrie. Miss Petrie, what's this muscle?
Teres.
Teres what?
Teres minor.
Teres minor. Too high up to be the major, not full enough and filling up the whole bottom cavity there, the infraspinatus cavity, so it can't be the infraspinatus. So you're going with teres minor, and you are right. Bam! These are too easy for you now. Yeah, whatever. Miss Nguyen, I suspect they're talking about an entire muscle group here. What muscle group? Oh, what?
I think in the rotator. I don't know about that, but I think in that
What muscle group runs up your back? 3 muscles run up your back. What's that group called? No.
wait. I think it's the erector pyramid.
Yeah, erector spinae group. Yes, I think that's what they're talking about here too. And they are. Good. Erector spinae group. Good job. Thank you, ma'am. Miss Moore, what is this crazy 2 muscles, believe it or not, 2 muscles, one on top of the other. They go from the medial border of the scapula to the spinous processes of C7 to T5.
Isn't those the rhomboid? No.
Rhomboids major and minor.
Yeah.
Do they go from the medial border of the scapula to the spinous processes of C7 to T5?
Yes.
Well then, do you think we should go with rhomboids major and minor?
Yeah.
Are you sticking with that answer?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Rhomboid.
Bam! Rhomboids, major and minor. Good job, Miss Moore. I love it. Miss Monreal. Miss Monreal? Well, I don't know why we have so many of these in here. Miss Monreal, what is this muscle? It's half.
Just a second.
It's half a muscle.
Trapezius.
Trapezius, you're right. What is this muscle, Miss Monreal?
Levator scapula.
Yes. By the way, because if you go up the edge of the scapula, everybody, the medial edge, you get rhomboids major, rhomboids minor, and then up by the superior angle, you get the levator scapula going into the side of the neck. Really good job. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Gandaris,
Yes.
what's this muscle here looks like?
Trapezius.
Yeah. You gotta. What's this muscle, sir?
Serratus inferior.
Sure it's not an abdominal muscle? Yes, serratus,
Yeah, I feel like
serratus
it's a good
anterior.
question. Yeah.
Thank you. I deserve that, Miss Petrie. All right. Serratus anterior, he's right. Those are the figure-like projections. They're actually going underneath the scapula to hook to the medial border. Good job. Thank you. And thank you, Miss Petrie, actually. You're very kind. A slap was, I deserve much more. Okay. Miss Hunter.
Yes.
Miss Hunter, what is this muscle?
Pec major.
Pectoralis major. Hooks to the medial portion of the clavicle, medial half the clavicle, sternum of the first 6 ribs. Beautiful. Crisscrosses over itself to grab onto the crest of the greater. Why do I get so much feedback? Greater trochanteric. No, greater tuber. Crest of the greater tubercle. I can't stand listening to myself. Stop. All right. Goodbye, Miss Hunter. It's horrible. You're trying to mess with me. All right. Oh, Miss Harper. Miss Harper.
That's
Oh,
funny.
why did they give us the answer this one?
That's the pectoralis minor. That one is major.
Yeah, no. You're right about all that. What I can't figure out is why that one has the answers to it. It's not supposed to. So right here, we want this one right here to be like, no, boom.
Yeah, I see it now. That's the minor.
Well, you were right. You were right the first time. Okay. All right. Hold on. This is saving. I just couldn't stand that. I had to fix it. So, pectoralis major and minor. Which one is more superior?
More superior or like superficial?
Sorry. Thank you, by the way, for correcting me. Because you're right. It'd be very hard to say which one's more superior, although I guess it'd be the pectoralis major. Which one is more superficial?
The major.
The major is more superficial. Which one moves the scapula?
moves the scapula. Like,
Like inserts into the scapula and moves the scapula.
wait a second. It's like the minor.
It is. It's not even like the minor. It is the minor. Minor inserts into the coracoid process of the scapula. Yeah. Which one moves the glenohumeral joint?
It's the major.
Yeah. Good job. Thank you, ma'am. Excellent. Miss Moore, you have your hand up. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, can we take like a 5-minute break? or something?
Yeah. Yeah, we absolutely can. We've been going. You guys have done really good. Everybody, we are going to take.
Bicep?
It is. What makes you think it's the bicep?
There's 2 heads.
2 heads, and it's on the arm. I love that. Thank you. Miss Moore, get your hand raised.
Oh, sorry, it was an accident.
Okay. Hey, Miss Moore, trickier question. We just saw this is the biceps brachii. This is a muscle found underneath the biceps brachii. Do you know what it is?
Very good though.
No. It's not. You're not that far off, but it's not the deltoid. It's too low. It's underneath the biceps.
Brachialis?
Yeah. Boom! I didn't know if
Right?
you'd get
You
that
just
because
said
it's
the brachialis.
it's the brachialis all day long. It's underneath the biceps brachii. Great job.
Okay.
Great job. All right, cool. All right, I don't remember where we were at, so let's go with Miss Yanez. What is this, Miss Yanez? What is this muscle? Posterior arm. It's the only post. Go ahead.
Is it the triceps?
It is.
But I don't see the 3.
Thank you, by the way. I love everything you just did right there. It is, by the way, the triceps are the only posterior brachial muscle. So, but she is right. Triceps means 3 heads, and we only see 2 heads, correct? The 3rd head is underneath them. You can't see it. The 3rd head connects to the humerus and is underneath them, and you can't see it. So what you tend to see is you see what's called the lateral head, and you see the long head. And those kind of make up the horseshoe shape in the back of people's arms. But we don't see the medial head or whatever it's called that's underneath those 2. That's why you don't see it. But anyway, that's the triceps. Triceps actually do cross over the shoulder joint. The long head does. So they don't just move the elbow. They can actually move the shoulder. Well done. Thank you, ma'am. Miss Torres. Oh, this is a toughie. Miss Torres, what is this muscle?
Well, I was gonna say,
You're doing pretty good.
coracoidealis? I don't know.
Coracobrachialis.
Yeah. That's what I
So
meant.
maybe a muscle that goes from the
Coracobrachial.
coracoid process of the scapula to the humerus, to the brachialis region. Let's see if she's right, everybody. Man, Miss Torres, great job. That was a tricky one. The way it looks in there and everything. I'm really impressed. I really am. Today, you've earned being as cocky as you are every day. Today you have.
Wow.
All right. Thank you, Miss Torres. Good job. Who's next? Miss Stanley, this is tricky. What do you suppose the muscle is in red there in that picture?
That looks like it's just part of the bicep femoris to me.
Well, bicep femoris is a hamstring muscle.
Or not bicep brachialis, sorry.
So, yes, but what they're trying to show here is this is a muscle found under the biceps brachii, between the biceps brachii and the triceps brachii. What is the muscle found under the biceps brachii?
Wouldn't that just be the brachialis?
It sure would be. And that's what this is, I'm pretty sure. Brachialis. They're just
Yeah, I
trying to
didn't want to say that because I heard you say it already, so
Yeah.
I didn't think that would be it.
Yeah. Well, it is. You did good. We're fine. It's all good. Miss Petrie. Ms. Petrie, we haven't really done this muscle yet. So, like, we just haven't. It's part of a forearm muscle, believe it or not. And we haven't done it yet. It is a very important forearm muscle, though, because it divides all your flexors from all your extensors.
Is that the no?
I couldn't hear you. What?
Is that a radius? Not.
It's going down the radius. It goes from the brachial region to the radius. But again, I wouldn't expect you. We have not done this muscle yet. I just thought you might know it off the top of your head. Everybody. Oh, go ahead. Do you want me to show it to you? I don't mind. Like
Sure. Go for it.
This is called the brachioradialis, everybody. You can see it on your own arm. It is this muscle right here coming down like this. And it divides all your flexors from all your extensors. It's a very important forearm muscle. It actually helps you do a curl, a flexion of the elbow, but it is called the brachioradialis, and we will learn about it later. That might be the end of where we're at right now, because we're not going to get into forearm muscles yet. Okay. Nope, we're not doing these. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's loads of forearm muscles. Loads of forearm muscles. But you guys are going to know a lot of them because of your work in the foot stuff. Okay. So let's stop for a second. Stop sharing for a second.